I'm hearing you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. And I immediately turn this on because I'm getting that message so strongly. You do not have to prove yourself or explain yourself to anybody. Take it how it resonates. But I'm getting that people misunderstand you or they judge you. And it's almost like a reflex for any human being to want to defend yourself and to stand up for yourself because people got the wrong impression of you. But I'm getting that, or they don't understand what it is, what your vision is, because you have a vision and a lot of people can't see your vision, right? But I'm getting you do not need to prove anything because you're going to work silently as you already are. You're not saying your plans, you're not revealing your plans, you're guarding your privacy like with absolute steel and armor. I'm seeing armor. And you're just working silently. You're grinding, right? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm seeing. You're working at a desk. You're typing really fast. That's the imagery I'm getting here. But the core message is you do not need to explain. You don't need to over-explain. You don't need to show or prove anything because I think it's going to come sooner than you think. Okay? It's going to come sooner than you think where your success is going to speak for itself. I'm hearing revenge is best served cold. This grind that you're on right now, this might not resonate for some people because it really depends on your motivation in your current situation. It's coming on so fast. It's coming on very strongly, so I'm trying to articulate it properly. The success will speak for itself, and people are going to come into your DMs and say, oh, I knew you're gonna make it. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting so strongly right now. I don't know where this is coming from, but this is the energy I'm picking up on. And the silence is going to be so powerful. You don't need to gloat. You do not need to gloat. You don't need to explain. You don't need to rub salt in their wounds. I'm also getting that because your success will just be advertised by the universe. There's hidden forces that we can't see, that you can't see, and it's going to push that success and people will be exposed to that, and you don't need to say a damn word. You don't need to say a word. And I don't know if you heard that thump. I'm going to take that as confirmation. The silence, it will be so much more powerful because you know deep down the people around you will see it. They will know it. You don't need to advertise it. It will speak for itself. And at that point, you need to carry salt around. You need to do some cleansing at that point. So I suggest doing some cleansing rituals because evil eye is very much real. But until that point, this is for the people that have been grinding silently. And that's why I don't have any cards with me right now because this message came so strongly. So maybe there is a group of people who are just silently working and using that energy to dispel the misunderstandings or criticisms. I'm hearing no results. I'm seeing no results. The words are just coming through me right now. But it doesn't matter. Because by that point, people will stop talking eventually, and they'll probably say, oh, I've known they were going to be able to make it, or it's an overnight success. I'm also getting that, but you know deep down it's not. You will remember the people that did not believe in you, but you don't need to say a word. That's what I'm getting here. You don't need to say a word because your silence, your inner knowing will be so powerful that when you see those DMs and when you see people wanting to come back into your lives, doesn't matter how it is, but I'm seeing that. You can just ignore. But don't let your ego be too inflated. That's also what I'm getting because you don't need to say anything. Your silence is going to be 1,000,000 times more powerful than responding to those DMs. I'm getting that so strongly. Do not engage with those energies. Do not you know who believed in you, who didn't. but I'm getting it's going to come faster than you think, where your silence is going to be extremely crucial just as much as before that success and that abundance takes place. Because if I'm hearing the 48 laws of power. So if you've not read the book, I highly recommend doing that. It's there, one of the laws, I believe. I don't know why this book is suddenly coming to me, but there is one of the laws, I don't know which one it is, pardon, but one of them says the silence is really important when you're working on it, but I'm also getting that needs to be maintained after whatever it is that you want is coming through, because at that point it's so easy to forget. You've built the foundation. I'm seeing pyramids. You've built the foundation. Don't resort to the cheap energies. I'm hearing that. Don't resort to the cheap energies of gloating or letting your ego be too inflated, because that is so crucial, because that is a factor that can cause the foundation to crumble. You don't need to say anything. People will know, people will see. And when you don't respond, that speaks volumes about what you think of them than responding to them and engaging in the messages. I'm getting messages. I'm specifically getting DMs here. This could resonate for some people, but for some people who this could resonate for some people. And hence I felt compelled to turn this on, because I think somebody really needs to hear it. It's really easy to get carried away. I'm hearing that it's really easy to get carried. This is just a guidance message that's coming through here. It's important to ground yourself. And while it's really tempting, yes, I think that's the word, it's the temptation to engage with those comments, but even so, you won't have time to engage. You will see it, and word's gonna spread. At some point, you can't hide it forever. You can't hide the abundance because you're out there living your best life. And maybe you do social media. I'm also getting that. Maybe you also do social media, but there's a point where you can't hide. But it's fine, because at that point, you're already established in some way, shape, or form. So that's fine. But until that happens, right now I'm also getting the silence. You're keeping things under wraps. But that needs to be maintained. Your silence still needs to be maintained afterwards. After that breakthrough, I'm seeing a barrier here, like it's a line. There's a line being drawn like a chalk, but once you cross that line and it's a breakthrough, that needs to be maintained. I'm getting that so strongly. But you don't need to say anything. You don't need to prove anything, because your success will be proof itself, and that's going to have so much more impact than engaging with the people who might want to come back to your lives, because there's a point where you won't be able to hide it. I'm getting that so strongly. So, see, the result is optimistic. The result is optimistic. It's going to be positive. It's going to speak for itself. Need I say more? Whatever result that you want, this is a general message, but I felt the energy, and hence I was really compelled to turn this on, and I look a bit disheveled. But I think somebody out there, a group of people really needs to hear that, because you've been working on something, but it's easy to slip. One slip and it'll just crumble. And I felt compelled to just hold on to it. The result you want will happen. It's going to happen. It's already happening. And it's optimistic and it's abundant, but ground yourself. Let your silence, your results speak for itself.